All right, what's up, everybody? Uh, well, today's the day. Here we are. Modern Horizons was released yesterday on Magic Online. Um, so, as many of you will know, I'll probably give some time for people to get in here, but as many people may know, I going to be trying to stream for a good chunk of the day, maybe do a couple of leagues just to get some testing in. And rather than testing by myself, I thought I would share my testing with the world. What we're going to be doing today is testing a couple different things with Loam. Uh, the first of which, and the most exciting, is Wrenn and Six. I am super stoked about this card. I think it is great. I think it's exactly what Loam wanted. I played one match with it yesterday, and it was against Blue Red Delver, and it was great. Being able to play it on turn one and then pretty much invalidate every Delver or Pyromancer your opponent plays is pretty great. Kills Arcanist in combination with P-Fire. And there was a turn where I had Wrenn ticking up, and my opponent was sort of forced to play into it, so he played Pyromancer and two Delvers, and then I was able to Golgari Charm. So it sort of has more far-reaching effects than just being a really good card. It forces your opponent to play at a different angle than normal. So I'm going to start with two, and I'll sort of let more people get in here before I get into why I'm playing two and what the cuts were. But I'm also testing two Vindicate in the sideboard. So I guess basically what I did, I cut the deck list prior, had second library and a main deck Assassin's Trophy. So I cut second library and the trophy for two Wrenn. There's really not any other slots to cut right now. Obviously, none of this stuff is negotiable. Chalice, Lily, Knights, Bobs, Punishing Fire, Loam. I think the Green Sun package is still pretty crucial. Mox Diamonds. This list feels ridiculously tight. There's just not a lot of space. I think if you want to play more than two Wrenn, you're going to be playing another deck entirely, because I think it slots in as a way to supplement Loam rather than as like a 3 or 4 of. I'm sure that somebody will come out with a deck like Junpox or something where people will play 4 of this card, but I think for this shell in particular, you look at the 4 ofs and the 3 ofs in this deck, you don't want to see this card quite as much as Decay or Punishing Fire or Lily, but you want to see it, as much as Life in the Loam. So having 2 Wrenn and 2 Loam basically gives you like 2 pseudo Loams that also act as removal. What might incentivize me to play more Wrenns? I don't know. I haven't tested with the card yet. It's hard to say. I just think that all the cards in this deck are very important. Like, people have been asking me, can you cut a second Loam for more Wrenns? I don't think you can. I think Life in the Loam is very good. And, the thing is, like, Wrenn and Six is new and shiny. People want to play with it. People want to test it. But Life in Loam is just, like, such a great card in this deck, and I don't think that this replaces it in any way. It supplements it rather than a replacement. I think if you want to play like 4 Wrenn and 6, you're going to be playing a different deck entirely. Something like Junpox, where you can play like 4 Wrenn, 4 Smallpox, Wasteland package, different Lilies, like Bob's, Control, like maybe Hymns. But this is not that deck. So I think this is just like a card where it fits, it slots in as another piece of removal and another way to have a Wasteland lock. I was talking to Phil on his stream the other day, and I sort of compared it to a 2-mana Excavator that also acts as repeatable Walking Ballista, which is insane if you think about it. That's why this card's so good. But I don't think you're not going to want 4 of that effect in your deck necessarily, unless you're playing the shell for it. So I don't know that I would play more than 2, unless the card just proves to be absolutely bonkers. I've only played 1 match with it, and it was excellent in that 1 match, but it's early. We still have a lot of space, really. I mean, I'm already kind of making a sacrifice by cutting a trophy or a Vindicate here, so we don't have a main board answer to, we don't have that main board flexible permanent removal, which is fine. And then the other change I've made to this list is like playing 2 Vindicate in the sideboard over the Trophy and the Cindervines. When I cut Trophy from the main, originally I'd moved it to the board. And I thought about like why we want Trophy and Vines in the deck and like what their purpose is. And I just think right now with like Prismatic Vista being a card and people playing more basic lands and trying to change mana bases, I don't love Assassin's Trophy. And I know it's instant speed and it's cheaper and it's easier to cast. And you lose some points against stuff like Depths, but it just feels so bad. Like yesterday, before Wrenn came out, I was testing and played against Death and Taxes, and they went turn 1 Vial, and I decided to Trophy the Vial just because Vial's so good against Loam, and you really want to get rid of it. And Trophy's like the least ideal answer possible. So it gave him a land, and then he untaps, plays the 3rd land, and then drops a Prelate on 2, and my whole hand is just like Punishing Fire, and so I lose the game because I just draw 2 drops. And it ramped him a turn earlier. And I've been kind of like getting tired of Trophy doing that for a while now. So it gives me an excuse to play Vindicate again. And I just miss Vindicate. Like I started playing this deck with Vindicate. I think the card is sweet in this deck. Like rather than Trophy giving your opponents basics, Vindicate sort of meshes more with the plan by being able to blow up basics. It does. The drawback is that, it's... Yeah, exactly. The drawback is just that it's 3 mana at sorcery speed, so it's more susceptible to Daze and Spell Pierce. It's also black-white rather than black-green, so it's a little harder to cast, and it makes you weaker to Blood Moon. That is something that's going to happen, and we'll see how that goes in testing. Blood Moon I think is at a low right now because Mono Red Prison's pretty bad at the moment. But Cindervines, the other card I cut here, was your best answer to Blood Moon because it gave you an out for when your opponent goes like turn 1 Chalice on 0 and Blood Moon. And so I think like you miss out on having that easy out to Blood Moon, but I think that's fine in this current meta. And I think rather than having an out to Blood Moon, you want a card that is really good against Narset and Karn and Jace and all of the Planeswalkers running around. You can still hit lands with it. And it's, it helps taking Miracles off white, maybe. We cut Ghost Quarter, and so Ghost Quarter is kind of fun to pair with Vindicate, but I think Blast Zone is just ridiculous, so there's really just no room for Ghost Quarter. Like, I like Ghost Quarter as a card, I have no problem with it. I didn't want to cut it, but there's really, like, we don't have any more room. Blast Zone has been amazing, so I just don't see a way to fit it into the deck anymore, unless you play 61 cards. People talked about cutting Maze of Ith. I think that's incorrect. Maze of Ith is super good with Knight, and it's also one... Now that we've cut Trophy, it's like one of your main board answers to stuff like Angler and bigger creatures. And also it works really nicely with Wrenn, being able to get it back the following turn if your opponent wastelands Maze or whatever, without having to cast a life from the Loam. So, and it's nice having Wrenn because I think people are going to start playing Force of Negation. I was talking to Anurag the other day, and you have to keep in mind that that card's pretty good against us because it exiles. So having a way to get back lands that isn't just life from the Loam is nice. So we'll see how this does. I'm going to do some testing today. It's all testing. Apologies if I don't play as well as I normally would. I'm still practicing streaming. It's been a while. I took a couple months break, and I find that I play a lot worse on stream, so apologies in advance, but I'm trying to get used to it. Lots of respect for guys like Arkin who can just like stream all day and play really well still. So I'm definitely trying to get there, but we're just going to test, have fun. People, feel free to ask questions, suggest things, talk, tell me how your day is, whatever you want to do. It's just chill time. I know lots of people want more Loam content, so that's what I'm giving you. So yeah, we're just going to get into it. We're testing 2 Wrenn in the main, 2 Vindicate in the board. We may not want 2 Vindicate in the board. I don't know about this change yet. I'm just trying it. I think like it's sort of reminiscent of like Council's Judgment from Death and Taxes, where you have like this wide answer and post board to permanence, just like a all-purpose answer. And so I like that it slots in like with the 2 Plowshares as just like 4 pieces of removal you can bring in post board. So Yeah, I'm choosing Garrick as the third Planeswalker over like a Nissa. I don't know about that like long term. It's sort of Garrick's value is dependent on how much Grixis control is being played, which currently isn't a lot to my knowledge. So yeah, I'm excited. This is like the most excited I've been in a while because Loam really hasn't gotten a card like this uh, yet. It just changes the way you play the deck and changes the way people have to play against you. Um, so yeah, if you have questions, feel free to ask. We're just going to get into it. I'm still playing the Deluge Charm Split. I think Deluge is excellent right now. As much as I've bad talked this card in the past, I think with Arcanist everywhere, this card is like necessary one of in Loam. And I like the split with Charm. I also think, side note, I think Vindicate makes Tabernacle better because you have the ability to hit basic lands and other lands, and you can sort of like crimp your opponent more, and like you get those turns where you have like a Knight active, and you draw a Vindicate, and you go like Wasteland your thing, Vindicate your basic, like fetch Tabernacle, and you know now your opponent has to sack one extra creature than you would have otherwise. In general, I've just always had kind of a problem with Trophy in this deck, just because like we're playing a mana denial deck first, and so like why I am playing this card, where I'm trying to like my game plan is deny you mana, but I'm giving you mana by removing your thing and giving you a basic, and like ramping you for the following turn. It just sucks. Like it just feels bad every time. I get that it's nice that it's instant speed and it's castable, and you can like blow up, you disrupt Lage combo or whatever. Like you know, it's cool that it hits everything and it's instant, but I just like giving my opponent's basics has been problematic to say the least multiple times. And I really miss this card. I started with Vindicate. It's like one of my favorite cards to play. And I think in this current meta with the like low amount of Blood Moon and the high amount of Planeswalkers and basic lands, I think Vindicate is pretty good again. So we'll see. I played one match yesterday. Also, this is really tripping me out, this new thing that Wizards did, but I'm just still getting used to it. I played one match yesterday against Blue Red Delver, and I won 2-1. Wrenn and Six was excellent. I managed to land him turn 1 on game 3, so that was pretty dope. But yeah, feel free to ask questions, offer suggestions as I play, whatever. Realize that I'm streaming and I'm going to be talking through lines, and I'm probably going to miss some stuff or maybe misplay, and so you're not going to see like me playing as optimally as I would by myself. But if I play by myself, you guys don't get to watch, and I know everybody wants to see Loam content because there's not really anybody right now consistently streaming Loam, so I definitely want to try to take that slot. I know Matsule is starting to play again a little bit. As you can see, he is down on this list with a trophy. I don't know that he's streaming, so you know, until he starts streaming again, I'm going to be the guy. So let's just get into it. Play some matches, see what happens, test out Wrenn, test out Vindicate, have some fun, hang out. Hope everybody's Friday goes well. I'll be here. I want to play a league, maybe probably take a couple breaks, but I'll be here most of the day. I plan to stream through the afternoon, so should at least get 2 leagues in here. I'm just continuing from this last one. I played one match, then stopped last night. So rather than starting a whole new league, I'm just going to play the other 4 games or 4 matches. This was Blue Red Delver. And I've been on a nice run with Loam online lately too. I 5-0'd the other day, and then I don't know. I'm like 10-2 in my last 12 games, something like that. So we'll see how this goes. Let's get started. Stoneforge Mystic. I played against this guy a lot. I don't remember what he plays, but this hand is like horribly medium, but we're on the draw, and we have Bob, which is nice. So we could technically go turn 1 more tapped, and then Bob, and then Lily, and that's fine. This, if Arbor was like any other card, this hand would be better, but I think this is still a keep. I'm not excited about it. If we draw Mox Diamond, then it's great. It's not the best hand, but I think it's a keep on the draw, especially. And he mold the 6. Oh, hey, what's up? Oh, it's Storm? Well, that would have been nice to know. Now we're dead. I looked at the chat as soon as I pressed keep. So this is what I mean, streaming. I'm not like paying attention to the chat at the same time I'm thinking. Well, we might just be dead here then. That's always fun. I try to play these games like to as if I don't know what my opponent's playing, like I'm in a tournament. And so I think like in the blind, I'm still keeping this hand on the draw. I think London Mulligan helps this deck. I hate it personally. I'm not going to get into that. But yeah, I think it's terrible. Now that we drew the Badlands, I'm actually going to just play Bayou and pass here. I might actually cycle now, because if I can find, if it is Storm and I can find a Chalice on 0, then that's like a reasonable play. Oh, third Lily. Cool. That's helpful. Well, we may just be dead. That's fine. Yeah, I mean, it helps the deck in that you get more moxes and you get more consistency, and that's fine. I just don't like it in general for the format. Yeah, totally. I agree. I mean, I think the hand was pretty weak in general, and now we probably are dead. I also tipped my opponent off to what I was playing by cycling, but if I had found Chalice on 0 there, that would have been pretty decent. Now we know we're against Tess, not Ant, it looks like. And we might just be dead here, because he's going to find Past in Flames? Or maybe this is Empty the Warrens? I don't know. Let's see what it is. What the hell is this? This is like a Brian Cook thing, right? I don't even know what this card does. Where is it? Mizzix's Mastery? Exile target card that's instant restoration from graveyard. Copy it. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. Okay. So he's exiling Ad Nauseam and copying? Sure. So he's going to Ad Naus here. Basically, I guess that means you get to Ad Naus for 1 cheaper. I thought this was a sideboard card, but I guess not. So we're probably just dead. He's at 19. Let's see what he finds. Yeah, I mean, for purposes of testing, I tried to play like I was going in blind, but if I'd known this was test, that was absolutely a mulligan. Oh, it's a wish target. Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah. Never mind. Oh, I think we're dead. Oh, he made his land drop. Now he's at 1? Man. Maybe we're not dead. There's a pedal. LED. There's the pedal. Chrome Mox. Or maybe I think we're dead then. I'm just gonna do this. Make him do it. I'm letting him duress me rather than scooping because he already knows I'm on Loam, or at least he should. What other deck plays Barrenmore? Sure, he's just going to get Tendrils. All right, we're dead. Wait. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that was a turn 1 kill, right? No, turn 2. Never mind. So we would have needed like a Chalice there anyway. I think cycling on my turn to find Chalice on 0 was correct, especially since we were against Tess. So against Tess, I think we generally board the same way we board against Ant. Zero copies of Past in Flames in this configure, so Leyline's probably not worth bringing in then. Well, in that case, we know we want 2 Thalia. Charm and Tabernacle for empty. We used to have Cindervines, we don't anymore. Still bring in Deluge. Probably the Vindicates are just better than some other things we have. No Leyline in that case. We want to take out... the Punishing Fires are bad. The Maze of Ith is bad. Loam isn't great. And honestly, Wrenn and Six isn't very good against Storm, I would assume. Like, I don't know what it's actually doing. Although Decay isn't good either. We have a lot of cards that are just, like, not good. Yeah, I mean, Vindicate's just better than what we have, right? Like, Decay is terrible, but I don't really know what else is worth bringing in. If he's not playing Past and Flames, there's, like, no point in bringing in Leyline, right? I guess Leyline stops Rite of Flame. Is that better than Abrupt Decay? I don't know. They're both, like, pretty terrible. I think I'm, like, fine with this, probably. Maybe I'll, like, keep one Wrenn in just for shits. I don't know. Well, this hand's interesting because we get turn one library into Lily or Deluge, but we really want to find an opener with a Chalice or a Thalia. This is just a good hand, but I don't know that it's good enough against Tess. I guess like if he wants to go fast empty, we have an answer, so that's pretty good. But and library is decent. Like if we manage to get past his turn one, then we can library for a Chalice. It's very light in interaction. This is obviously really great, but not here. I'm tempted to keep anyway because if we can feign one turn, then we get to library for a hay piece, and we also have like Deluge or Lily to drop if we don't find anything else. I think I'm going to keep this for science. Usually I wouldn't, given that we don't have Thalia or Chalice in our opener, but this makes me feel a little better because sometimes Tess will just go for a fast empty on turn one. I don't know, it's close. I think that we're going to try it and try to like feign one turn and then look for a Chalice. We could just die though, which is a thing that happens. Yeah, there's probably a lot of better sixes. I tend to keep a little looser on stream just because I like to play out hands more and sort of like mess around. I don't know that I would have kept that in like a tournament, but the rest kind of sucks here. Yeah, because he's going to take the Deluge probably. Or maybe he just takes the Lily now that he knows about Deluge and he just doesn't go for empty. Yeah. All right. Well, the good news is we aren't dead. Now we get a look with Library. It's like the worst card in the deck. Well, we don't want any of these, but we do have a fetch land, so I guess that's something. We probably... I think I like just shuffling back Wasteland and Taiga, playing the fetch and holding up Decay in case he decides to play out a diamond. But obviously not what we want to see here. Still not dead, so that's a good sign. Or maybe we are. Nope. Okay. I could get Dryad Arbor here, but Dryad Arbor is bad with Deluge, and so I think I'm just going to fetch for like Scrubland. I didn't take Wasteland because I don't really want to take more life than I have to here, and I don't know that Wasteland's that great, as you can just play fetches. Not great either. I'm going to put the Grove on top. I might take damage here so that I can shuffle it away. I don't know what the difference between staying at 19 and going to 15 is in this matchup. I don't really want to see two lands off the top the next turn, so I'm going to keep the fetch here, I think, and play out Lily and discard Decay. Certainly a hand that we could have mulliganed. Our library looks has been pretty poor. But, I mean, on the same token, we had two separate looks with library, and if we found any hate piece, then suddenly I made a good choice keeping the hand, right? So, I don't know. Hard to say. Yeah, but you don't want to go too low, because then it just makes it way easier for them to kill you. So I think 15, and the difference between 15 and 19 probably doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to fetch for Arbor, just to start pressuring him. That's a good one to draw. So is that. Do we just chalice on 2 here? I feel like we can Test beat chalice on 2 with anything. Like, do they don't play Decay, right? They just play like Echoing Truth. I'm tempted to chalice. We could also chalice on 1 plus Teague. This was a really good set of cards to find. Cool. So then I'm gonna. Maybe I take. So, well, the problem is if I chalice on 2, then I can't cast Teague, right? But I guess that's fine. Like, I can't win through chalice on 2 anyway. I'm gonna float the Teague, I think, on top with the library. Do they play Chain of Vapor? I don't know if Test plays Chain of Vapor. I know that Ant does. Maybe it's better to just go chalice on 1 and Teague. Is that better? Hard to say. I don't know. It's a tricky one. What's up, Sammy? How you doing? I think we just want to go for chalice on 2, so I'm going to put Teague on top. I'm going to take 4 so I can pitch the forest to Lily. So plus first. And I'm going to hope that playing a chalice on 2 is good enough. It might have just been better to play Teague and chalice on 0 or 1 there to have like 2 separate hate pieces, but I'm assuming this is going to be pretty hard for him to win through. Yeah, cool. Just scoops to it. Sweet, the hand worked out. It was a little bit of a sketchy keep, but I figured that if we were able to get a little bit of time and he had a slow, more controlling hand, it seemed like, that library was going to get us there eventually. I think we just run this back. We have some cards in our main that are pretty bad, but I don't think... Like, basically, it's either we're playing 3 Leyline or we're playing 2 Decay and a Wrenn, and neither of those cards do much of anything. Like, none of the Leylines or Decays do much. The nice part about Decay, I guess, is that, like, he's on the play, so he might just play out some LEDs or whatever to play around Chalice, and then we can blow it up, but it's not like Wrenn and Decay are very good versus Tests, but Leyline isn't either, given that he's not playing Past in Flames. So I think we're just going to run this back. Well, he mulled a 6, and this hand has a Teague. I think we have to keep any hand with like any kind of hate piece, because not only does this have Teague, but we have like a Knight to follow up that can get Tabernacle if he empties. And we're on the draw. Like, obviously, you want to see a Chalice or a Thalia or a Mox hand, but I think having any kind of hate piece, even if he, like, Thought Seizes Teague or if he Decay, if he Dresses, then we're fine. We only lose with this hand to turn 1 kill, probably. This is another close hand, right? Because, like, Teague is really good against Storm. But obviously you want to see, like, a Chalice on 0 in the opener. Against Test in particular. Like, having no turn 1 play is not great. On the draw, I think this is fine, because being able to go Teague into Knight is pretty solid, or Teague into Lily. And it forces him to find the discard, and if it's not Thoughtseize, like if he duresses, we're fine with that. So he either has to find the discard, or he has to just like kill us on turn 2. Yeah, normally Test plays more duress than anything else, and it looks like he's debating a Mold of 5, which means his hand probably is not like turn 1 kill. Even if he goes like turn 1 empty for like 4 or 6 goblins or whatever, we might have enough time to get away out of it. They're on 4 Thoughtseize now. 2 therapy, 2 duress, so that's a lot of discard. I don't know how much of that they play post-board against Loam, but to be honest, I've been keeping some loose hands against Tess. Normally I'm not keeping these kinds of hands, but you know, the last one worked out. I kind of like to see where my boundaries are. I mean, I know like the obviously keepable hands are ones with Thalia and Chalice in them, but you kind of have we have some interesting hands that like have played out for us. Mold of 5 is great too, but might buy us enough time to land Teague. There's a Petal. So he's just playing out his 0 mana stuff. This is where Decay is not the worst. He has no lands, which is interesting. I think we just play the fetch here, and we're going to look to play Teague on turn 2, and hopefully he doesn't kill us on turn 2, but... Alright, so we're not dead. That's good. Vindicate's actually really nice here. So I think we're going to fetch for Scrubland. And we're going to play this Grove out, and we're going to go Teague. Make him answer that with 3 cards in hand, 4 now. Next turn we can Vindicate the LED. And then we have Wasteland too. So he's going to Burning Wish. Most likely here he's going to look for a Teague answer. I mean, I would think. Finds Grape Shot. Yep, that's usually how they get rid of stuff like Teague. So he's just going to hold that for the following turn. That is the best draw on the deck. It's funny how I was talking about how Decay is really bad, but here it's fantastic. So now we get to just blow up his board. Yeah, that was huge. Now he's going to scoop. So there's a situation where the worst card in the deck actually comes in huge there. And that's why I picked Decay over Leyline, because there's situations like that where your opponent has to play LEDs out around Chalice on 0, and then you just get to punish them. So I'll take out my nerdy spreadsheet thing here. 14, 5. Really exciting stuff, I know. Oops, that's not what I wanted. All right. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, Decay was a great draw. I think we were fine without Decay, because we just get to Vindicate his LED anyway. But that allowed us to both Decay and then waste his Badlands. Archmage, yeah, this is the first league I'm playing today. The first win I had was against Blue Red Delver yesterday on my own. I just played one match with Wrenn just to test it. That was actually all I had time for anyway. Yesterday was a busier day. But yeah, this is the first league we're playing. I just started streaming like 30 minutes ago. But, oh, there's so many. Dude. Okay, hold on. Let me just show you, guys, how many, like, I've played 854 matches with Loam total, and they're just, like Grixis Demonic Pact I played against once. Like, so many random, this was a weird, like, people having brews, Soldier Stompy, like, I played against one guy with a Necrotic Ooze decks. This was, like, Knight of the Reliquary Lands that Caleb Durward tried to put together once. I played against Paradoxical Mentor. I played against a Rebels deck. This is some of the most random stuff. But yeah, I'm kind of a nerd when it comes to stat tracking. So I don't go as specifically as like keeping track of individual games because I didn't start that way. But it's just a way to kind of understand like where I'm best at and where I'm worst with Loam. So, and it just keeps track of like how well I'm doing over time. It's not super detailed, but it's fun anyway. Do I run analysis on my spreadsheet? I have no idea what that even means. Let me tell you, I am like the most technologically not savvy person. I don't know. One of my friends who's like owns his own marketing company set that up for me, so I don't even know. I didn't even do that. I didn't even set up that spreadsheet. I just put in numbers. That's all I know how to do. If somebody wants to like do that for me or tell me how, I'm happy to have more fun stat stuff, but I don't even know how to upload my videos to YouTube, so I'm gonna figure that out though. I know people keep asking me like, put your stuff on YouTube. I just haven't been able to figure it. It's like harder than it should be. Now, test wasn't exactly the best way to test Wrenn, but test is I've found in the past generally a very good matchup for Loam. Like it's much better than Ant because they play so much more reliantly on like zero drops and they don't have as much interaction with you that as Ant does because they don't have. I just found it to be like a lot more susceptible to what we're doing than Ant is. Steal Brian Cook's spreadsheet. I'd be happy to steal anything Brian Cook does. That guy is great. But I don't know. Track more info, something interesting. Right, yeah, no, that would be interesting to see. I've played against this guy before. I don't remember what he plays. This is an excellent hand, though, so we're going to snap keep this one. It's turn 1 Chalice on 1 into Wasteland, Life from the Loam Lock. I feel like this is almost pretty much ideal. I mean, this is funny because it's a hand where if my opponent randomly decides to force my Mox, I'm pretty set back, but this is definitely a keep. Mold a 6 and bottoms island into Dover. Okay. It's probably blue-red Dover again. I've been seeing a lot of that online. Second Loam isn't great. I think we still just jam the Loam here, or jam the Chalice on one. Even through a daze is fine. Because we have like Life from the Loam or Bob follow-up. It's possible that you want to play around daze and just like try to jam the Bob first, but I mean, he's got 4 cards in hand and he mulligans, so it's not even a sure thing he has daze in his hand. I'm probably going to pitch the Maze since I have Life from the Loam anyway. So, and I'm going to hide the Wasteland, so I think what we're going to do is play out the Grove first to play around the Mox around daze, and then pitch Maze with Mox, and then play Chalice on 1. There's an argument to just jamming Bob so that you can play Chalice on 1 around daze the following turn, but I like the upside of having a turn 1 Chalice here. And if he dazes the Chalice, then like we still have Loam and Bob and stuff going, so it's not like the worst thing. And it sets him back a turn. And it resolved, which is huge. They don't have an answer for that game one usually, so I think we're looking pretty good. If his Delver flips, then that's obviously something we can deal with like Mazavith. Mainboard Flusterstorm out of Delver is interesting. Okay, so he's going to Wasteland me, which is kind of annoying because it sets me back a turn with getting Maze. I'm going to Loam here because I want to have an answer for this Delver before it gets out of hand. I didn't think about Flusterstorm. Can you fluster the Loam through the Chalice? If that's the case, it might have been better to play the Bob out. Well, it can't get bolted because Chalice is on one. I don't know what my opponent's debating here. I didn't really think about Flusterstorm when I did that. Yep, that was probably a misplay on my end. I forgot that Flusterstorm interacts favorably with Chalice. But that's fine. I'm not going to dredge here. We've got a second Loam in hand. I'm just going to try and cast Loam again to get back the Mazavith here and play it this turn. It's a little greedy. I get punished by Daze. But I think he hasn't had a Daze yet, so... Oh, there it is. That was a greedier line. I could have waited an extra turn to play around that, but I didn't. It was greedy, I agree. I'm going to dredge here. I think we just keep trying to go for Maze. We took an extra 3 damage there, but that's fine. I think we're still actually in a good spot. They always like to test me. I don't think we dredge this turn. Force the Bob. Interesting. It's a little aggressive on his end. Like, he has nothing else going on, so I guess he's looking for an Arcanist or a Wasteland or a True Name, maybe. I'm okay with that. Yeah, you could Wasteland the fetch. They do run TNN. If I Wasteland the fetch, then I'm just like... I don't really know. He can't cast Brainstorm anyway, so what does wasting the fetch do? Like, he just gets a basic land out of it. I don't know. I think we're still fine. He's got to find a second threat or an answer to Chalice. He's going to keep testing me, though. They always do. They don't run more than 3 basics anymore? Oh, I didn't even know that. Alright. Well, I can waste him on my turn, maybe. I'm not going to dredge here. There's an argument to maybe trying to find Punishing Fire, but I think I'd rather find like a Knight. Well, there's the second island. I mean, there's an argument to dredging Loam for Punishing Fire, but like we have the maze to answer this thing anyway. I think I'm just going to play out the Grove here and pass. Maybe try and get Dryad Arbor. I don't know. I don't think Dryad Arbor's doing much, really. He's going to keep testing the maze, see if I miss it one turn. Nope, not this time. Cool. I think I'm just going to keep taking natural draws. Alright, well, that happens sometimes with this deck. Luckily, he's not doing anything either, so I don't feel too bad drawing lands. There we go. Alright, so now we can get probably Knight, I think, is the best bet. Because we could get Scavenging Ooze too. I think I'd rather have Knight though. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably has a Force of Will by now. Nope. Cool. I think we just win now. Huh. I'm not going to attack with Knight this turn. I'm going to play this Wrenn out, and then I'm going to grab Cabal Pit for the Delver and kill it on his turn. I'm going to want to fetch once at least. I'm just going to get back the Wasteland in the yard. It doesn't really matter. So this is really nice because it protects us against future threats of his. Yeah, I could rebuy Cabal Pit. I could just do that next turn too. I'm not too worried about it. I think we're in a pretty unlosable position right now, unless he finds an Abrade. Yeah, he's just going to scoop. Sweet. Yeah, it's pretty hard for Blue Red Delver to beat any of this going on. Like, I don't know how they... I think he realized that he's dead in the water, so... Alright. So, against Blue Red Delver, I like Plow, Charm. Sometimes I'll bring in Thalia on the play, but not on the draw. Deluge is good. Johnny's decent. One or both of the Vindicates. They're playing a lot of Arcanist over Pyro, so stuff like Tabernacle and Last Hope I'm not really sure about anymore. They're maybes. You end up taking out the Green Sun. Gaddock is pretty bad. Library's slow. Life from the Loam is not as good against them because Wastelock is harder since they play basics. And then I take out a Thicket. We have one other cut, assuming I want to not play Last Hope or Tabernacle in this matchup, which I don't know that I do. Yeah, it's probably worth bringing it in. I think we only want one Vindicate anyway. Because, I mean, this is not Grixis Delver where you'd want to The other cut, probably Scavenging Ooze. I don't know. Maybe it's a Punishing Fire, although Punishing Fire is still really nice in the matchup. It's probably one of those two cards. Or maybe we don't bring in a Johnny on the draw. I know it's weird. I had all these sideboarding plans that have now shifted from like changes that I've made to my own list and then changes other people are making. I'm not opposed to cutting. Yesterday I cut a Chalice on the draw and just ran 3 Chalice instead of 4 because I don't think it's as good on the draw, especially when they bring in answers. Garrick is okay. I don't know that you want 2 4-mana Planeswalkers against the Daze deck on the draw. I think a Johnny's the better one because it gains you life. I'm gonna cut a Chalice. I think Chalice, you always want 4 on the play, but on the draw, I think 3 is fine. And you're also playing 2 Plow, so it gets a little worse. I think Scavenging Ooze is still worth running. This hand is bad, primarily because we don't have the right colors of mana in this hand. Like, there's an argument to keeping it because you have answers and stuff. If you draw a black source, it's pretty good. This is probably a hand that, like... Also, yeah, Garrick dies to Bolt, which is a primary reason to not play it. This hand is weird because it's a hand that, like, Matsole might keep. He likes to keep some hands like this where you, like... Because there's so many outs of finding black mana. But I think we have to mull here. There's better 6s, probably. This is a keep. It's not great, but it's a keep. Yeah, Wrenn and Six doesn't die to Bolt, which is pretty insane. This is the bottom. This hand is not very good, but it's a keepable 6. We have removal, we have Wastelands, we have Chalice on 1. I think I just lead with Forest here so I don't get Wastelanded into the ground. This is, like, obviously not ideal, but what are you going to do? Think he would have mulled that 6? I don't know. I mean, I think the 6 is certainly keepable. Like, it's not a great 6, but it's probably better than a 5. Yeah, that's why we played the Forest, son. Fortunately, we don't have white mana, so we can't yet cast this Knight. I'm going to play Chalice on 1, most likely into a Daze. And I'm going to play it off the Wasteland so he gets a little equity off his own Wasteland. Would really love to find a Mox Diamond, but don't we always want to find a Mox Diamond? This matchup, honestly... Oh yeah, I totally agree with mulling the 7. This matchup got a lot better after Wrenn and Six came out, I'll tell you that. I've always felt like this matchup has been super unfavored, and then they changed their build to be a less aggressive, slower, like, Arcanist build, and that's, like, so much better for us than their fucking, like, Chain Lightning, Pop, TNN, Fast Kill You, Swiftseer, whatever plan they were having before. I think this matchup is, like, radically improved for us since the varying builds of Blue-Red Delver have changed. It's fine that Chalice got dazed. Like, he's going to ponder, he's going to probably... I don't know how he didn't set up Delver with his Brainstorm. That seems weird to me. He's going to waste my waste, most likely, and then we're going to try to Punishing Fire this Delver. If he doesn't waste our waste, we can P-Fire it around Daze. Is he extracting the Chalice right now? Is that what's happening? I'm fine with that. Pithing Needle? You got it. Pithing Needle Wasteland? I don't care. I don't care about that card at all. Wow, that is great for us. I was, like, scared of Surgical or something more interesting. Plow's decent if we ever find white. I want to go ahead and kill this Delver now. We're going to get our Grove wastelanded, but that's fine. Oh no, we can't get our Grove wasteland because he just Pithing Needled his own wasteland. Sweet. Is he going to force a will this? And then surgical? No. Cool. So, like, we don't have a good hand right now, but he's done nothing but play a Pithing Needle. So, this is probably a true name. Yeah, alright. Well, now it gets a little more interesting. You have outs to that. That's a great draw. Better force this, or I'm just going to find Blast Zone. So there's risk in playing this Knight, right? Because I can't Wasteland, and it dies to Bolt. However, there's a true name on the field, so I didn't really want to sit around and wait. If he has the Lightning Bolt, yeah, that was the risk involved. I mean, there's nothing I could have really done about that. I could have waited to play the Knight, but then I'm just sitting here taking 3 from a true name every turn. So I don't know, there's probably some debate there. Now we get to get back Punishing Fire, probably just get Surgical. Oh. Well, there's the out. He probably has some answer, but that's what are you going to do? I think we still just jam this. Yeah. Decided to keep the force for Lily rather than forcing the Knight. Had the Bolt. Them's the breaks. Yeah, it's possible I wanted to hold on to KOTOR there just because I didn't want it to die to a Bolt. But I mean, Pithing Needle actually turned out to be kind of annoying because I couldn't save my Knight from Bolt. All right, well. Oh my god. No. No. Did we side in Deluge? Yeah, we did. That's a really heads-up play from our opponent. I'm just going to give him that one. That's a great play. It's either a great play or he's ghosting me. Either way, I don't really care. If people want to ghost my stream, honestly, I don't give a fuck. Like, you need to do that to win, then by all means, have at it. But if you are here and you are ghosting my stream, you're a dick, and you shouldn't do that because streamers try to put out content for everybody, and I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. A bunch of streamers have gone on long rants about this already. Landon and Phil. I'm not going to bother talking about it. We all know it sucks if you do it. Maybe it was just a heads-up play. But I mean, if you're that desperate for wins on Magic Online leagues, then like, cool. Cool. There's no point in not doing this. I don't really care if he surgicals it. Nice. Card doesn't really do anything here, but we're going to play it anyway. I mean, I don't really care if my opponent is ghosting me. We have like what 2 outs to true name right now. Say la vie. What do you guys think? Do you think he was ghosting that, or do you think that's a play you would have made on my draw step? Because maybe it's just a play that he would have made that you make there. I don't know. Space Beast, thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought originally. I think people want to go straight to ghosting, but I don't know that he is or not. All right, one turn to draw Charm or Deluge. That's not a Charm or Deluge. I think we're just dead here. Cool. Good times. Bring this in on the play. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I think it was just a heads up, smart play there. Worked out in his favor. Sometimes people play good at Magic. Good at Magic. Art Yard 13, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Gotta make a cut though if I'm bringing in this fourth Chalice. I don't think Scavenging Ooze is that great. It's either a Scooze or a Punishing Fire. It's probably Scavenging Ooze. This is fine, right? This is a keep, but it's like sketchy because we don't have a third land. Okay, so this is interesting because normally I would go Mox, Pitch Maze, play Bayou, pass, right? That opens us up to a Wasteland. Alternatively, I can go Mox, Pitch Maze, Mox, Pitch, Bayou, pass. And then that opens us up to a Braid or Grudge or whatever other artifact removal they're already playing for Chalice. So Mox, Mox, go. Oof. Yeah, it is definitely an awkward hand. I guess Mox, Mox means that I'm fucked by less things than I am to Wasteland. I don't know. I'm just gonna roll with that plan. Maybe he forces a Mox. That'd be tight. Please force my Mox. Do it. He's thinking about it. Oh. All right. Let's hope he doesn't have like EE on 0 or something. Yeah, it turns out that saving my knight never would have mattered because we never found another land to go into the yard. So he would have always just been dead to bolt. Niv Magus Elemental. What in the fuck? Sure. Oh, this is the Niv Magus Flusterstorm Blue-Red Delver list, I guess, or something. What do you think? Do I Punishing Fire it and potentially get dazed, or do I waste my Abrupt Decay on this thing? I guess everything in their deck is decayable other than True Name, right? So I probably just decay it. Fire it. P-Fire and get Surgical? That's a good point. The options are endless here, you know? So I can P-Fire into a Daze and a Surgical, save my decay, or I can just decay and be safe. Those are my options. What do you guys think? We got plenty of time, so feel free to have some opinions. Getting decay surgical sucks too. Yeah, I know. I'm going to decay it. All their threats die to Punishing Fire, except for True Name. Sweet. All right. Now here's the other question. Do I jam a Knight here? It's a 4/4, so it'll live through Bolt. And he doesn't have 2 red mana. But I could just get it dazed. Do I jam a Knight, or do I wait for another land and keep P-Fire up? What days? I mean, he's on the draw, so the chances of him playing days are less likely. I'm going to jam it. No! Alright. That was a risk that I took. I knew that I was taking that risk. You know, I just wanted to make the plays for you guys. Now I just wanted to jam the thing. Oh, so punished. Oh well. How many Wrenn and Six? 2 right now. Now it looks like it was correct to wait. I almost always play around days too, but I play around it less when I'm on the play. I don't think I punishing fire him. I don't really want to expose it to surgical, so I'm just going to sit here. Cool. So now we just get hosed by True Name again. Yeah, Wrenn wouldn't have gotten dazed. You're right. Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do? If he doesn't have the days there, then we have a 4/4 knight on board. So, I don't know. It's probably worth the upside on the play when they usually take out some number of days. I just hate giving people days value like that. So double brainstorming here to find some threat, probably. Hopefully it's not a True Name. If we just avoid True Name, we can answer everything else. Arcanist, I guess, is probably pretty bad for us. But I don't know. Maybe he's not finding anything. Certainly cantripping a lot. Shuffles and draws, that's a good sign. I still don't want a Punishing Fire because I don't want to play into Surgical. Well, we'll just keep passing with all the removal for everything except True Name. Maybe he's looking for True Name. I don't know. I'm still not going to P-Fire him. Like, it's not worth it. Such a good wasteland. This game is thrilling. Hey, that's a good draw. Probably has a Force of Will. But that's fine, right? Force pitching something, Spell Pierce, something. He's thinking about it. He's like, oh, do I care about this card? I don't know. Ooh, resolved. Sweet. I'm going to get this maze back. No point in not playing that out. Knows about it. I don't really care if he wastelands it. Literally the only card we care about in their entire deck now is True Name. I beat everything else easily. I think he knows that too. He has 8 cards in hand and he hasn't done anything, so... I really want to start Punishing Fire him, but I don't want to get punished by that. Get this Bayou back, because it's really good. Play it out. Maybe I should be Punishing Fire him. I don't know. I'm sure he's got a Surgical and 7 cards in his hand. Like, he's probably going to Surgical Knight, too, or he should. Wasteland my something. I don't. Grove, maybe. Yeah. That's fine. I have Wrenn. I mean, it's going to be a 6 ult if he does nothing the rest of the game. Is he going to Surgical my Grove? Nope. Cool. I have so much removal in my hand for nothing. This is great. He didn't Surgical Grove. Maybe he doesn't have it. That's a good point. If he's not Surgical in Grove, that's a tell that he may just not have Surgical. Because I don't know why you wouldn't there. I don't want to test the waters. It's just not worth it. I don't know. I'm scared, guys. I would really love to find a Chalice on one first. I'm not being pressured to, like, do anything. So, well, there's a Bob. That's a creature I can play. And Bob live too? Oh, man. Sweet. I forever have all of these cards. What if he has Price of Progress? Well, I have double Wasteland, so I don't really care. What do you guys think? Do I start Punishing Firing him now? Since I have Retrace? I think I do. I don't want to expose myself too much to pop yet. Well, there's a Knight and a Baronmore. Nice. Now we good. This is ridiculous. Sweet. Wait, 1, 2. I don't want to do that. I'm scared, guys. I don't want to just get hosed by Price of Progress here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I guess we're okay. We have a Chalice on one. What do we think here? 2. I can't kill him this turn anyway, because I can go 2 and then Or no, I can if I play out a land. Should I just go for it? I guess I just go for it, right? Do nothing? Yeah, wait till next turn. Let's just play out another wasteland, and then we're gonna do this. I literally have no reason to kill him yet. This is sick, though. Just retrace, punishing fire, buff decay, Reynolds against Delver. Oh, feels good, you know. Abrade my chalice. Hmm. Oh no, I don't want to do that. No, go back. I forgot he gains a life. Damn it. That was stupid. Oh well. We just kill him with Wrenn now. You can surgical my chalice. I don't care. You're dead. Actually, he's dead if he's surgical. He doesn't have black. He's just dead anyway. Price progress 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, cool. All right. I guess I was probably thinking too much around that. I don't know that it mattered. How's Loaming going? Well, it's going pretty well. We just ulted Wrenn and P-Fire, retraced P-Fire like 10 times to kill our Delver opponent. I don't know what was in his hand this entire game. He had 32 cards left in his deck, and he drew a bunch of nothing and never played a threat. But this is what I'm talking about. This is why this card is absurd, because it's been sitting here for like 6 turns, and he can't play any threats anymore. Like, yeah, I mean, granted, I already had Punishing Fire and Plow and Decay, but he just is dead without a true name, so... Yeah, I mean, I was trying to play around Surgical that entire game, and I think I succeeded. It got to a point where I landed Chalice on 1, or where he was at 1 and he couldn't Surgical anymore. Our record currently is 3-0. Ta-da! 2 wins against Blue Red Delver and a win against Tess. But yeah, Wrenn and Six, insane. Like, insane. Insane. Like, if it doesn't go answered, then you just get to ult and, like, blow up your opponent with Punishing Fires retraced. Yeah, 2 copies. Let's pull up the old stat sheet. Fun time analytics, whatever. Oh no, my Excel's gonna freeze. This is sad. Alright, here we go. Is it working now? Don't fail me. Yeah, I was probably playing like overly cautiously there, but I didn't have any pressure on me, so there was no reason not to, right? Man, my Excel's dying here. Okay, there we go. I've won, I don't know, like 6 matches in a row against Blue Red Delver. Vindicated replaced the Cindervines and the Trophy. You're the 4th Walker slot. I'm just testing them. I don't know if that's what I want to play long term, but in this current meta, I think Trophy's garbage, unless you're playing like Nick Fit. People are playing so many basics. Miracles is playing Prismatic Vista now, so there's even more basic lands. I just don't. And I don't think Blood Moon's seeing much play, so I think it's kind of safe to not have a Cindervines right now. Cindervines is primarily for like Storm, Blood Moon, and Back to Basics are the 3 things that it really hits. And Blood Moon's at a low. only like 1 or 2 decks playing back to basics, and Storm is terrible because Karn shits everywhere. So Wrenn makes the Delver matchup just like that much better. I think it gives us like 5 to 10 percentage points that we didn't have. Like, you put a Wrenn on the board, they don't answer it, they can no longer play threats that aren't True Name Nemesis. You just kill everything they play. Yeah, I've loved the card. I think that card is fucking great. I don't know that I would play more than 2. It's not a card you really want to see a ton of or multiples of, because unlike Lily, like a second Wrenn isn't doing anything that the first Wrenn isn't. So I think 2 is like really where I'm at. Arcanus is garbage against us. Yeah, I mean, it can do some work if it goes unanswered, but it's bad against Chalice. And Wrenn actually makes it easier to answer because you get to play Wrenn and Punishing Fire. Yeah, Tabernacle is my favorite card ever. It's really hard to pick one up, so congrats on getting it. Yeah, being able to turn Punishing Fires into Lightning Bolts is really nice, so... I played overly cautiously that last match, but like I was under no pressure to play faster, so why not just sit there and make sure that I don't fuck it up? Hey, it's Julian. Oh no, is he streaming too? Oh, last time I played against Julian, I punted really hard and lost. Well, we'll see what he's playing. Oh, the Dream! Guys, it's the Dream. It's the turn 1 Wrenn. I'm keeping this. I can't not keep this hand. I mean, come on. We gotta play turn 1 Wrenn on stream. Especially if he's on Elves, that's insane. Wrenn against Elves on turn 1? How does he even beat that? We're gonna have some fun here. Get that old forest. Oh, it's Bomber, man! Fuck. Could be a problem. That's a good draw. What did we cut for Wrenn? We cut Trophy and Second Library. Okay, so we want to play this Knight this turn for sure. I'm not even going to return a land because I don't think we want it, either of these. We'd rather just have the Knight bigger. Well, if we make it a turn before he like combos us or plays whatever the fuck, then we can waste him out. Because if he lets Knight untap, now we get to grab a Wasteland and then waste again with Wrenn. So this is pretty insane. We'll see if we get to untap with it. He's got 1 turn to like make something relevant happen. Why don't we run the new Oath? Well, I wonder why. Monastery Mentor. Okay. That's a thing. That's a problem. That could be a problem. I don't run Tabernacle main board. Okay, 3. We don't have enough for Cabal Pit yet. Well, what are my options here? I have a lot of options. We can downtick the token. Unlike Miracles, he doesn't have instant speed ways to grow Monk. We could double waste him. Thanks for the follow. And drew us 4. Pink token and Wasteland Tomb, play Bob. Downtick Wasteland Bob. Blast Zone the Mentor, not this turn. I mean, eventually, yeah. I don't know that that's really what we want to be doing. This is a weird situation to be in. Yeah, we can clean up the token with Wrenn. The other option, hold up knight to get blast zone. You think so? I don't really want him untapping with a bunch of mana, though, is my concern. Well, I know I'm going to do this. And I know I'm going to play this Bob. Yeah, I mean, I don't... I'm certainly going to grab the Wasteland, I think. We have Maze, too. Question is, do I waste Ancient Den or Ancient Tomb? Den gives him an artifact for Opal. Tomb is a soul land, obviously, so it could really be either one. Have we played a land yet this turn? We didn't, right? Did we? No. We can Loam and waste again. That's sick. I think we just want, like, the Wasteland, that's it. Keep the Knight big. Wow. That was insane. Ooh, don't care. He's just getting a token here, I think. Probably going to try to attack Wrenn. If he does, that's an interesting decision. Nope. Do I want to get Loam back? Oh, I can get a second Knight this turn. I don't think I want Loam back. Okay, that's a good draw. So we're going to go... Let me do it like this. Or do I maybe... Hold on. Do I grab Scavenging Ooze here? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Wait. I don't want to grab a Knight. I think I would rather have Skoos here. I'm not worried about Karn. He doesn't have any mana. I just wasteland him every turn of the game. He's dead. Like, I don't know what he can do. Make a bunch of monks with 0 drops, I guess. Oh, now he gets to drop a Karn. I didn't think about Petal. Yeah, Teague might have been a better call. Well, this is now getting a little bit scary. Teague was probably correct. Eat in response? What did I not do? Wait, what am I eating? There's no creature. What are we talking about? He grabbed LED with Karn, now he's going to play it, right? Okay, so this is fine. I'm not eating anything yet. There's no creature in his yard. Just lands and artifacts. Oh, Karn shuts off Mox. That's why you said eat a creature. Yeah, there's no creature anywhere in my yard or his. I didn't even think about that. In that case, I should have left Bayou on tap last turn. I might be fucked here. Well, I grabbed Scoos to save myself from one combo, but then... Yeah, this is weird. Right, yeah, no, you're right. I totally forgot that Karn shuts Mox off. That's awkward. Do I block here? I mean, I don't really want to lose Wrenn. It's pretty important right now. Yeah, I think I need to block, but which creature do I block with is the other question. Bob or Scoos? Scoos is saving us from potential, like, Ballista, whatever, but I'm not even sure I need to worry about that right now. I'm not going to get back Loam, I don't think. Oh, at least I can play this. Wish I had Tabernacle main right now. Yeah, I should have grabbed Teague with Green Sun. That was clearly a misplay. But I was thinking about the combo side, not the Karn side. That's why this deck is good, because you have like these multiple angles of attack. I just picked the wrong one. He could have had like Salvagers in his hand rather than Karn. Blast Zone Karn, it's a little slow, yeah. I mean, especially with 2 mana. Actually, I can kill the Mentor right now. So if I grab Cabal Pit, which I think is probably worth it. How many mana does he have next turn? 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, can he just grab Lattice? If I don't Wasteland him, doesn't he just get to Lattice me? Do what? Grab Cabal Pit and kill the Mentor? Is that what you guys are suggesting? Or do I swing at Karn? Yeah, I might have missed a turn where I could have done this earlier. I'm not sure. Streaming is hard, yo. I think I just leave Bob and Dryad Arbor up. Hope he doesn't somehow kill me. Down tick on Karn. I think I'd rather clear the board. I guess if I down ticked on Karn, it would have meant that Karn would have died if he used the -2 here. I don't know. Honestly, guys, I've played against Bomberman one time ever, so like I have no experience in this matchup. Oh, you just killed my Chalice with Karn. I didn't even think about that. Interesting. Are we just dead now? Wait, what's he? How do they draw their whole deck? I mean, he's making infinite mana and giving himself infinite prowess triggers, right? But I don't see how this kills me. Like, how does this kill me? You can block. We can block both the tokens. He doesn't have an. Oh, he has Urza's Bubble in the yard. You draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. He's just giving himself prowess triggers, but I have Dryad Arbor, so I'm not dead. I feel like I messed up somewhere to be able to lose this game. Either that, or he just had. I think the play where I might have misplayed is grabbing Skoos instead of Teague with Green Sun. I think that was the mistake. Because if we just grab Teague, we win. I mean, I can block their dudes with Bob and Arbor. I think he's just going for making them 16 power. Maybe he's just forgetting about Dryad Arbor. I don't know. We're not going to time Julian out. I'm not going for that. I just want to see how he's going to kill us if it's not just attacking with the two monks. Honestly, this is like just me being inexperienced in this matchup. I've never played against this deck before, the new Bomberman. I don't know. I don't have. I'm not sure what the lines are. I mean, obviously there we should have grabbed Teague, but and I mean, what are you gonna do? Was there a turn that I could have grabbed Cabal Pit sooner to kill Mentor than I did? I think there might have been. That was probably the other mistake. I probably should have grabbed Pit as soon as I was able to kill Mentor. He also drew pretty well. I mean, he drew Mentor plus Salvagers and Karns. I forgot that he could kill my Chalice with Karn. I didn't even realize that was a thing, because you just make it a 0/0. That's pretty sweet. Again, I've never played against this Karn, so... I just want to see how he kills me. I'm not trying to waste his time. But I need to know, because I've not played this matchup, so I want to know, is he going to, like... Is he just buffing his monks? Is he drawing with Bobble? What is he doing? I'm not trying to be an asshole here. I literally don't know how this matchup plays out. So now he's playing Bobble. Okay, so he's going to play Bobble a bunch of times. And he's drawing like 8,000 cards on my turn. Is that the deal? You draw a card at the beginning of the next upkeep. Okay. So things I would have done differently this game: grabbing Teague instead of Skoos to stop Karn, and probably Cabal pitting the Mentor return earlier when I had Threshold. I think if we had done those things, we probably would have won this game. But it's just also like I wasn't thinking about, because at the time he only had the city and the opal that wasn't active, but he had the. I wasn't thinking about Petal. So. Oh, we don't even run Swords to Plowshares main. I don't. I would say something, but I don't think Julian's looking at the chat, so. All right. So he's drawn. He's going to draw a bunch of cards. He's going to attack me for a bunch of damage. I'm going to block with Dryad Arbor and Bob. Oh, he's only going to swing with one. I think I'd rather save my land than the Bob, right? So I can have more mana to do stuff. Um, I think we certainly have to kill this monk. Oh, we die if we do that, do we? Oh, we still have Dryad Arbor. So he can't kill us with the monk token. So let's Karn die. I can use my Mox Diamonds now. That's tight. I think I save Arbor here. Just have second Karn, Mentor. Okay. Why didn't you play that before those? Maybe you just forgot. I think we're just dead here. All right. On to the next game. Now that I kind of know what's going on a little bit. Tabernacle, Thalia, Plow. Yeah, a bunch of stuff comes in here now that I sort of know what's happening. All this stuff. Vindicates. Leyline. I'm not Garrick. Deluge. So what are we cutting? Chalice on 0 is good. I mean, I think Punishing Fire is probably not great. I don't even know what to cut. Library is probably out. Lily's probably bad. Teague is okay because of Karn. Scouting Unit is okay. Wrenn and Six is probably not the best, honestly, in this matchup. It does kill like monk tokens, but Decay stops what? Mentor? Yeah. Loam is probably not the best. Maze of Ith is probably not great. Let's see. What else are we cutting here? Maybe like shave a Mox Diamond because we want to play Chalice on 0 actively. Probably cut Punishing Fire in some number. Loam. I don't know that Wrenn is really better than what we're doing here. We want Green Sun to search for these. I think Chalice on 0. I've never sideboarded for this matchup, so this is all me going on the fly. I don't know what's good and bad. You think Wrenn stays? Doesn't stop combo or Karns though. Probably shave 2 Bobs since we're bringing in 2 Thalia. This is probably okay. Vindicates, man? Well, it handles their Karns. But yeah, you're probably right. Maybe something like this instead. Or like... I mean, this is probably fine, right? Yeah, you want Mox Diamond, but you're trying to actively Chalice on 0, and also Mox gets shut off by Karn, so I think it's fine to trim 1. I don't know. I really don't know. I've not played this. I would need to like sit back and think about this matchup when I'm not trying to play in the middle of it. So we're just gonna run this. Well, snap that off. I think I'm gonna awkwardly grab Savannah here. Could have led with Thicket Tap, but I'm gonna hope we draw another land of some kind. That was the worst one. Oops, that was dumb. Forgot about that. We have an answer for Mentor, if that's what this is. He'll get 1 trigger out of it, I think. If he plays a 0. Yeah. Nice. Easy games. All right. Now that we have 3 extra minutes on the clock, do we want to change sideboard at all? I think Leyline is still decent because it stops the recurring Lion's Eye Diamond thing. Chalice is obviously very good. I think we want Tabernacle, we want Sweepers, we want Thalia. Do we want Thalia on the draw, though? Is a question. Like, maybe we don't want Thalia on the draw. Instead, we want something else. Maybe instead of Thalia on the draw, we want like 3rd Bob and a Vindicate. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Maybe Punishing Fire seems okay. I think I want to cut a Wrenn for a Vindicate on the draw, maybe. I really have no idea. What does Teague do? Stops Karn. You cut the Golgari Charm. Yeah, maybe Golgari Charm's unnecessary since they have like Mentor pumps anyway. You just play like something else. Second Wrenn. I think this is probably okay. Decays, Wrenns. I like this all right. Such an awkward way to board. Like, I never board. I don't board this way for, like, any other matchup. Bomberman's such a strange deck. The fact that he gets to be on the play is kind of terrifying, but we're going to run this, I think. Well, Chalice on 0 double Wasteland is fine. Obviously, we don't have the mana for Decay or Night yet. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm going to keep this hand. I'm sure my boarding was incorrect. I would really need to like step back and really think about the matchup for a while, but just doing it on the fly. I realize I lost like 10 viewers by sitting there and making Julian do all that. It's probably boring. Sorry, guys. But in any case, for those of you here, thanks for joining me. Appreciate it. Good to have you all. That's a very slow start for him, so happy to see that. And that's a Mox Diamond, which is great. So I think I'm going to go Mox first. Let's pitch a Wasteland. Play a Chalice on 0 and a Bob. And then we have Night to follow up, or Decay. Yeah, well, Mox is the best card in the deck. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I'd rather have him plow my Bob than plow my Knight. I'm not going to play out the Mox there because I don't want to get Karned out of mana. So I think I'm going to drop the Knight here. Oh, right. Yeah. Chalice on 0. Duh. If they go Mentor and 3 artifacts, I'm in bad shape. That's accurate. I could play the Heath and Waste and keep up Decay and hope to draw a 3rd land. Obviously, Mentor on 3 plus 0 drops is bad for us. I don't know, but if Knight untaps, we just win the game. Like, I'm honestly not worried about Mentor. Here's the thing. If he Mentors and makes a bunch of dudes, and we land Knight this turn rather than Wastelanding, we can grab Tabernacle and waste him the following turn, and then his tokens aren't good. So I actually have an answer to that plan. So I think instead of doing that, I'm going to drop Knight this turn. If that makes sense. I'm going to take a turn off. Although I guess if I drop Knight this turn, it also opens me up to being Karned, too. Because he can just play a Soul Land. I don't know, this is a tough spot. Like, taking him off mana is nice, but also, I'm like, now I have to draw a 3rd land, or I sit here and do nothing the rest of the game. Yeah, but then they still, if I waste Ancient Den, then they still can just play Ancient Tomb, and then Plains Ancient Tomb Mentor anyway. Yeah, it's a little weird. I'm going to play Knight here, and then risk getting blown out somehow. I want to have Knight on the board. If I untap with Knight, the game's over. So I'm going to take that risk. Wow, that was really good for us. Of course, I didn't grab the right land. See, this is like me fetching incorrectly because now I have Wrenn in my deck, and I should be grabbing a red or green source here. This should have been a Bayou, not a scrub land. So I need to obviously adjust that in the future. Um, Awkward, to say the least. I'm going to go ahead and waste. And then, unfortunately, we're going to miss some damage because I got the wrong land there. Just have to change my fetch patterns now that Wren's in the deck. So let's grab a fetch land. Got it. Wow. I didn't play that match well, and I still got there. That was stressful as fuck, guys. Have I played against Bomberman before? I don't even know. No, my Excel's going slow right now. There we go. I have. I beat it once. Whew. Thoughts on the matchup? I have no idea. I mean, this is the second time I've played it. I've never played against the new version with all the Karns and shit. I think it's very good. Post board, it seems excellent. I think I sideboarded incorrectly. I need to really work on my plan for that matchup because it's definitely a good deck. Wrenn and Six is fucking great, so I will say that. I'm a huge fan so far. I mean, look, we have Recurable Wastelands. Night of the Reliquary is really good there. Child Sun Zero is excellent. We have Abrupt Decays. We have Ley Lines and Scavenging Ooze. We have Answers to Mentor. Post board, it seems like it gets better because we get Sweepers and Tabernacle. So I feel like overall we're pretty favored. Game one's probably a little rough, but I think post board we're probably like 60-40, 65-35. Planeswalkers were a mistake. What, just in general? Yeah, I mean, I agree. They're really overpowered, and now Legacy's like the Planeswalker format. You saw like both games that I landed Wrenn that match were huge. He's been excellent. Crushed Blue Red Delver with him. The card is great. The card is a staple as a 2-of in my mind right now. I mean, I've only played 4 matches with it, but I think it's like very, very good. And I think if you're playing Loam and you're not playing Wrenn, you're probably not playing an optimal list of Loam right now. I think that card is exceptional. It does everything we want it to do. It's been fantastic every time I've played it. And it's like 2 mana. It's a 2 mana Ballista Excavator on a stick. Recurable. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I'm gonna probably run to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back. So bear with me, guys. Bathroom break, and we'll try to go for the 5-0. All right. So before we hit the 5th match, just want to say thank you everybody for being here. My name's Connor, aka Loamer Boy. I play a lot of 4-color Loam. I play some Death and Taxes. I play some Maverick. Occasionally I play some Reanimator. I stream every now and then. I took some time off, but I want to get a more consistent schedule going soon. I live in Seattle. I have a disability. All the information about that is on the bottom of my Twitch page. If you want to donate to my channel ever or subscribe, all the money that I get from you guys is going to my foundation, my charity, for my disability. And there should be a link at the bottom if you feel inclined. But either way, feel free to follow, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. Thanks for being here. Definitely want to put out more content on the regular. Loam is my primary deck, but I play some other stuff too, and I'm also always happy to take donation stuff. So with that being said, we're 4-0. We've beat Red Dover twice, we beat Tess, and we beat Bomberman all 2-1. Thanks for the follow, Cremando. Appreciate it. So let's go for the 5-0. Early notes on Wrenn. The card is insane. Early notes on Vindicate. I haven't drawn it yet, so I don't know. Seems pretty much does the same thing as like Trophy and Cindervines, but better in some situations, worse in others, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to finish out this league, and then we'll run back another league. My plan was to sit here and test most of the day today for you guys and play Loam. And I'm actually a Raptors fan, so tonight's Game 4, so I'm going to definitely watch that. I'm from Seattle, but when the Sonics got sold, I picked a new team, and I've been following the Raptors for 7-ish years. 6 years, something like that. So I'm pretty hyped right now about that series. Don't know if any of you are sports fans, but I'm a huge Seahawks fan, and I'm a Raptors fan, and unfortunately a Mariners fan. So, sports ball and stuff, you know. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. If you guys have questions about Loam or want to talk about the deck list or want to continue to just tell me about how good Wrenn is, I'm here to listen. Yeah, I don't even know how to do that with YouTube. I'm so technologically inadept. Like, I mean, I know how to do basic things. You know, I play video games. I set up this Twitch, but I'm like really bad at fun advanced stuff, you know. Happy Taco Good Time. That's a great name. Tacos are happy and they're a good time. All right. This hand is horribly medium. I'm going to keep. It has a Wasteland, has a Blast Zone. This is the hand that Mazzole would keep. He likes to keep 7s. Yeah, man, no problem. I'll respond to any post you want. Send me a message, whatever. That's what I'm here for. This hand's like pretty bad, but it's not bad. It's just not great. I think we keep it though. We have Abrupt Decay, Scavenging Ooze if it's useful, Wasteland. We are on the play, yeah. Island preordained. So this could be Storm. It could be Sneak and Show. It could be Miracles. Could be Ant. Or I said Ant. Could be Delver. That's a good draw. I will take that. All right, we're going to fetch for Scrubland, and I'm trying to land this library. No days. If it's show and tell, that's an unfortunate 5th match, but what are you going to do? Could be Miracles. It's a flooded strand. Does Miracles play Preordain? I don't know. I know Sneak plays Preordain too. Mm. Usually just start out games by taking 8, especially knowing that this is not, most likely not an aggressive deck. I think I'm just going to take 4 here because I can go, let's see, what's our turn here? We can Loam, have a fetch and a cycle land up, and then shuffle the other cycle land away. It's like, I don't really know there's a point to playing Scoos or Decay, holding up Decay for anything. I'm going to go with that plan. I mean, if it's Sneak and Show, we were always just dead anyway, so... Looks like Miracles. Narset, maybe? Yep. Spell Pierce is the card. Oh, I can spawn the library trigger. I see what you mean. All right. I messed that up. That's all right. I understand what you were saying now. That's fine, though. We still want to just decay this Narset, probably. Actually, do we care about the Narset? I guess we do with library. I'm just nervous about back to basics, you know? I could Knight now. Yeah. Then it gives them an extra card with Narset. Uh... I just don't want to give them one more impulse, but I guess I have to play around back to basics. Although Narset's clogging up library, so that's kind of annoying too. Yeah, they would have dropped it last turn if they had it. That's a good point. I'm going to decay the Narset. Maybe that's risky. I just died back to basics now. Because I want to decay and Loam. I mean, if we Loam... I don't know. This makes me really weak to back to basics, guys. But... at least we have Loam going, right? I'm going to concede to back to basics here. I'm going to take that risk. I wouldn't recommend this in a vacuum. We do want to try and find Punishing Fire here, so it's fine. I should could have gained an extra life there, or more life. Should have cycled first. So I was afraid of. No spells to follow up yet. There's the Punishing Fire. Another one. I think we just try to do this now. I think I messed up because I didn't play around Spell Pierce. I knew he had it too. Is he Spell Piercing the first Loam? Yeah. I can just pay for that now that he has no spells left, and then play a land out, and then Punishing Fire again. We get hosed by Force of Will, I guess, but Cool. That used our whole turn. At least we got rid of the mentor. Now he has 2 prowess monks. He might get in a ton of damage here. Although, if he just uses all his spells this turn, then we have Punishing Fire for the monks. Assuming we live. He's got to get him up to 7/7s here. Now there's an argument for having kept it Decay rather than using it on Narset. Maze is actually a decent draw. Blaststone can't hit tokens, so I think we play the Maze here, and then I could try to Punishing Fire these monks, or just play Scavenging Ooze. I'm going to lead with Scooze, I think. Because now we get to do this. And we have Maze for the other monk. Jace. Don't care, really. Back to basics would be awful, but when isn't it awful? I just haven't been able to play around at this game because he's been pressuring with Mentor. Sometimes you don't get that luxury. This could be back to basics. If it is, we just die, most likely, unless we like find Decay, 3rd Decay. Oh, fuck, thank God. Don't care. Take the library. Deal. Fucking deal. Done. Don't care about this monk. Do I have a Taiga left in my deck? I think I do. So I think I can get this other one back. Rather than loaming, I think I'm going to leave up these lands and cycle. Jeez. It's really tough to play that bob right now. Nice. That's fine. As long as they don't run and treat, it's going to be really hard for us to lose. Now we start this process. Sick. Yeah, clock is a bit of a concern right now, but it's not much I can do about it. Oh my god. It's a good draw for him. It's a fairy on top. Play this blast zone now. That's fine. I should have P-fired him in response. What are you bouncing my Mox Diamond? Okay. It's weird. Thanks for coming, man. Yeah, sorry if this is like a slog for people, but well, I'm gonna Loam next turn to get the zone back. Sorry if I'm not interacting with you guys, chat. I'm just trying to play this quickly and well. Opponent doesn't want to concede. He's dead in the water, but he's going to try and time me out because they always do. I guess that's reasonable. Nice. Oh, I should have plus with Lily first. Oops. Fuck. That was a mistake. I wasn't even thinking. Just trying to play quickly. Okay. Yeah, I know they're stalling, but I can't do anything about it. So. I'm not even going to bother p-firing. I'm just going to try to attack him. Save time. Play this chalice on one. Okay. Jesus. Well, sorry if I'm not going to really be interacting with you guys. I want to try and pay attention to the clock here. So I don't think Scavenging Ooze is very good anymore now that they no longer play AK, so I'd rather just have a Thalia. Wren's been great. No complaints. We won game 1 against Miracles pretty easily, but they decided to salt us and take my time off the clock. So now I have to attempt to play as quickly as possible and hope to win game 2. I'm bringing in the sweepers so that I can better deal with Mentor, because that's what's going to kill me. I'm even tempted to bring in a plow. I'll just run it like this. I'll snap this shit off. I think I want to pitch the Grove here. That way, if I don't draw another land with Bob, I can play the Baron more tapped for Lily. I don't really care if they force this. I'll take a Narset for a Bob. Nice. There's an argument to maybe minusing to get a Bob back too. But I'm going to start by plussing. Unfortunately, now I look bad for keeping this Baron more over the Grove, but it's fine. We have a Deluge as well. Okay, I'm going to play out this Baron more. I'm tempted to minus to grab the Bob. I think I'm just going to hold up Charm for like back to basics or whatever. It is the list for a day, yeah. Jace. Jace is fine. We have a Johnny coming down next turn if he doesn't have a Force of Will, and I can kill Jace. Yeah, CJ is always a possibility. That's true, but I don't know. It might have been better to get the Bob there. But I think just ticking up to the ult, like they're going to have to now deal with 2 Planeswalkers if they don't have a Force of Will. So actually, no, I think I just need to deal with this Jace, or try to. Hope they don't have back to basics. Damn it. It sucks. Well, what are you going to do? They needed the Force there, they had it. Let's see if they can deal with this Lily. Double Force has been good for them this game. I had a great hand. Yikes. Max punished here. Well, now we just hope they don't find an answer this turn, and then we win, right? I guess Snapcaster is good for them here. Do they have it all? They have a Double Force, Back to Basics, and Snap. Yep. Man. They've had exactly everything they needed this game. We had a good hand, but they just like had all the outs each step so it happens, I guess. I may have played incorrectly. I mean, I think I'm just trying to play fast. It could have been correct to like get back a Bob and hold up decay there. Luckily, we have the answer to back to basics when we draw another land, so. We only have 2 cards in hand. And this is only going to hit Lily once, and then we can kill the snap next turn. I think we're still okay. I mean, obviously, it's not the best spot, but I don't want to concede yet. Bouncing snap, that makes sense. Ugh. Rough. I went for the greedier line of the Ajani, and I got punished by force into back to basics. I could have played more conservatively. I probably should have. I don't think there was any reason to rush Ajani there. As soon as we find a land of any kind, we're good. There it is. All right, I'm going to wait until the end of their turn, decay the back to basics, then we get to untap and kill this Jace. And they forgot to snap. Or maybe they're fine with saving snap now that Lily's at 5. Snap Ponder. Nice. All right, so we're going to go... They have a second back to basics, that sucks, but we still have the charm, too. We'll probably end step a snap here. No. I have to watch out for surgical as well. Back to basics is a little worse. They grab double Taiga or Tundra. They're not playing Prismatic Vista yet, I guess. Jace. Gideon. Uh-oh. It's kind of a problem. Oh, I forgot that Gideon can attack. Whoops. I should have just killed the Gideon. That was stupid of me. Huh. Now he can attack Last Hope. Man, I wasn't thinking there. Actually, I can just grab Dryad Arbor to block. Never mind. So he has to have Plow. Found the answer. That's okay. I don't want to get rid of this Blast Zone, but I kind of need to plus Lily. This is an awkward spot because all my cards in my hand are good. I think I just let Lily die now. Focus on getting rid of this Gideon. Well, that works for me. I'm not going to play around Surgical. Probably 3 or 4. Really? Wow. Cool. we're gonna time out, I think, because we have this game, I think. But say la vie. Swords to plowshares. Okay, that's fine. Is it bad if I want to ask my opponent if he's willing to concede right here because we're about to get the 5-0 and we're up a game? Is that rude? Oh, we're going to lose this game to clock out. He doesn't want to concede, so I guess say la vie. I have him dead. Like, he can't win from here, especially with the decay. Tried to play fast. They're at 18. Yeah, it's just annoying. I mean, it's kind of rude of him, whatever. I mean, if it's me, I concede. Like, he's clearly dead. No, it wouldn't. You're right. I don't know what his outs are, but it's whatever. I was just wasting my time. Sure. Sure, you want to counter that? That's fine. Have at it. Sorry, guys. Guess we're going to go 4-1 here. We tried. I'm going to count this as a win, though, for the stats purposes. Oh, my moto's freezing anyway, so it's cool. I broke moto. Hilarious time to freeze. Sorry, no, I don't want to concede to your 5-0, even though I definitely lost this game, and I have no outs. But hey, I'm going to get a clock win. So I sat here for 20 minutes to get a win, though. I can't. Well,